I finally decided that I'd had enough of getting punctures. Got another one in the Isle of Wight on my gravel bike, and so I decided that I would go to Sigma Sports and have a look at their tubeless tyre selection and see if I could set up tubeless. And I went out to my bike and I had a flat front tyre. Found the thorn, took that out, patched it with an instant patch, but it's clearly not worked. So, and I've done 900 metres and it's soft again on the front. So I'm going to detour to Halfords because it's close, and buy a tube and change it. But I mean, that's irony right there, isn't it? Right, I'm in the central reservation. But it's nice and sunny, so I'm going to change it here, and I'm pretty sure it's the tube, so I just need to swap that out quickly. Right, well, that was a waste of time. The spare tube, which I just patched in my garage using one of those Insta patches, that's just gone straight down again. This is why I finally bitten the bullet and decided to go back to try tubeless again. I have tried it in the past about 4 years ago. I think I'm just going to go back home and swap bikes. Right, there you go, 2.11 kilometres, that's all I've done. I shall save that, call it some sarcastic name on Strava later, and swap bikes. Change this to road, change your shoes, change your bike, and let's try again, shall we? And Alp kit, which is where a lot of Kingston wheelers ride to start. I could have a look in there, couldn't I? Tyres, is this the tyres? Thames looking nice today. Kingston Bridge. Right, I made it to Sigma. Put my bike in the handy stand. They now provide locks as well, because I think they had someone walk out with either one of their bikes or a customer's bike. So let's go and have a look at the tyres. Looking at these, there's another set there, 700 times 45 mixed terrain, but they feel noticeably heavier. These are noticeably heavier than those. Right, I've done the deed. Cinturo, medium packed, whatever, 45C. I didn't get the ones with the coloured sidewalls, but I can live with that. So yeah, let's head home and see if I can fit them. How easy they are to fit. Is that going to be a whole video in itself? Who knows? As I think I mentioned in the last video, I put on a massive amount of weight in Greece. So I've been watching what I've been eating, cutting down on the carbs, and hopefully my stomach's not hanging over my waistline so much as before. Look at this, it's autumn already. These are all the remnants of the conker trees. There's a few conkers on the ground there at Non-Touch Park if you're looking for conkers, if you're 12 years old. Right, I'm changed and I'm just about to start. So I have taken the tyres off these. I've also just given them a quick wash because they were pretty dirty. These are the old tyres. You can see all the dust and dirt that was on there. Those are the new ones. Because they've been folded, I've just stuck them in the sun there for a few minutes just to soften them up. I just bought that Stan's original sealant from Sigma, and this is my favourite, really cheapest sealant that I usually use. I just might do one tyre with one and one with the other. And this is my compressor, so it's an old fire extinguisher that's got a valve on there. Attach that to the track pump and pump it up to about 60, is that 60 psi? And then when the time comes, that's the dump valve. Put that on the tube and dump the air in. Right, so this is one Gravel King SK with a virtually weightless elastic band just to hold it together. This is just to allow me to balance the tyre on there. I've zeroed it, so one Gravel King tyre, 480 grams. One inner tube as well, 171. Okay, now one Pirelli Cinturato gravel 700 times 45 is, oh dear, considerably heavier, 584. Okay, so I thought it would also be interesting if I timed this to see how long it takes to set up. Obviously you've got the length of the video, but I might be, you know, cutting bits out of that. So let's do the stopwatch and let's start. Okay, so we'll leave that there counting, and first of all this goes on here. So they do have a direction. This is forwards, yeah, rotation that way, that goes there. Oh, I haven't put the tubeless valve in, have I? I've still got the clock running. I've got one unused one. Oh, I got in here. Yeah. I think I'll use these because these are nice and chunky, and hopefully I can get them on and off more easily. So the clock's still running, so let's stick these in. I'd forgotten about those. Hunt wheels pre-taped. Oh, look, there's a little O-ring there. Take that off. O-ring on. Put that in. I'll just do it up hand tight for the moment. And I will take that out. Take the valve out. That's it there. Right, so back to this. Where's the zip meter? Let's have that logo up here, shall we? Yep. So slide that on there. Right, okay, now I'm just going to attempt to dry inflate them first, because if they do inflate and hold, then I can put the juice in through the Stan's juice in through the valve, and it's much less messy that way, in my opinion. So let's put the second side on. It's coming. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they feel nice and tight on there, although you saw I've managed to roll them on with my fingers rather than needing any levers. Right, so on that side, this goes on here. the plan is I hold that on there, I press the dump valve, and this should inflate and pop the beads onto the rims. You see that? And so they're inflated, not quite on the rim there. There's a leak, but I would say that's pretty successful. So I'm now going to pull this off, and obviously the everything's going to leak out, but it should be on the rims enough. That's a bit. It has come away from the rim, but I think that was successful enough that I'm going to put some juice in and then inflate it again. Right, so let's just top this up first. Right, I occasionally use those for bleeding brakes, but much more often I use them for tyre sealant. Right, finger on the bottom. That's a good amount, isn't it? In there. And this in there. Take this side. So I didn't. So the rotor's not in the way. Oh, there you go. And this hand's going in. Yeah. So I made a bit of a mess there, but that was mainly me getting the end in the valve. Hasn't actually come out anywhere else. Right, so this again. Am I recording? Yes. And we'll do that there. Put that on there. Hold it down. Right. Now where's the valve? Right, now let's just use the standard track pump. See how that goes. Yep. Keeping pressure in there. Just need them to pop onto the rim. There we go. Keep going. Losing something somewhere, I can just see it. Alright, let's so I'm doing this to distribute the stand's juice, but also to try and sort of bounce out any where it's not holding onto the rim. I mean that looks pretty good. A bit of muck on there. So I shall leave that to see how it gets on over the next 10 minutes. What's that? 16 minutes and 17. Shall I give the other one a go? Resume. Okay. Valve in, O-ring on. Push up there. Stick this on. It's about hand tight for the moment. Okay, so logo, tube, direction of rotation. Direction of rotation that way, yes. Put one side on. What's going on there? No. What is that? Oh my god. I've just been putting the tyre on. I've seen that the pre-taped rim has all been scrunched up over there somehow by, I don't know, an inner tube or whatever. So I'm going to have to take that again, aren't I? Unfortunately I do have some tape. Rim tape. Right, as I've already put the valve in, I'm just going to start here. Stretch it as you put it on. Push it down. Okay. Change your mind, I might as well do it properly. Come on. That's why I needed it hand tight. Don't forget, clock's still running. Overlap a little bit. Stanley knife. Stanley knife again. Is that it? Yeah. Little cross in there. Valve back in. O-ring. That's got an indentation there for the O-ring to go in. Right, I just had to turn the GoPro off because it was getting a bit hot, but all I've done is mount the tyre on one side, and I thought as that first go was so successful, I would do have a go and see if this works slightly differently. So filled up the same amount of gunk, fluid, milk, whatever you want to call it, and this time let's just put it in here. There you go. Okay, let's just run it around. Turn that on. Okay, and prop that out there. Just use the track pump this time. That's open. Right. Why is that not like that? Ah, there you go, look, it's not covering the valve, that's why. Just put this over the valve. There you go. Where's that? Not seating there. Right, the GoPro's getting hot again, but I'm just going to turn this off, but I'll leave the timer running. Right, I just bounced it on the tarmac a few more times just to try and even out the bumps, and it's just started holding pressure, and I've just got it up to 40, and I just heard it pop onto the rim a couple of places, so let's give it a little bit more. That's plenty, isn't it? Let's bounce it a few more times. I would say that's a success. There might be a few more bits of messing around with pumping it up and putting some more juice in it, but pretty much done. 32 minutes. That's pretty much double, isn't it? Wasn't it 16 minutes the first one? Put them on the bike, take it for a quick loop around the block, and just to distribute the juice evenly, and then I'll come and have a look at it tomorrow. Right, there you go, look. Looks a bit more stealth with the all black tyres, doesn't it? But that is how you mount 2 tubeless tyres in half an hour. Okay.